Kanye West has been on a tear recently, going against mainstream entertainment, mainly in the fashion industry, something we don't really pay attention to or cover too much on this channel or in our circles. But it is a same situation that you find in Hollywood, that you find in comic books, that you find in science fiction, board games, music. It all ties together because this is one big cultural apparatus that we're fighting. It really is a globo homo elite conspiracy that is trying to keep people down and trying to keep independent voices, independent artists silenced at the end of the day. All of this is a situation where it creates a culture of fear in these industries, and the fear of losing your job, losing your livelihood, losing your family, your friends, and all that is what keeps everybody in line, that keeps the status quo going. And this is why it's so dangerous that Kanye went and spoke out against all of this stuff. We're going to talk about all of this in just a moment. I'm really inspired by Kanye's words today, and I hope it works out for him. It's a really difficult battle that he's chosen to fight here, but it's an important one, and it's one that God is on his side because God is on our side. We'll talk about that in a second. My name is John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator. I've been doing my own cultural stuff for the last 5-6 years, just fighting the good fight and making books and comics this entire time. I write books that would not be approved by the mainstream establishment. They would freak out with the contents of this stuff. And it's just fun sci-fi action adventure. I mean, you will read this and you'll just enjoy yourself. You'll have some nice escapism. There's some messages underneath, but you will be surprised at what you can do when you've got talent and you've got the truth on your side here. So check this out. My links are in the description below. This is Overmind. It's a 66-page graphic novel. If you like Star Wars, Flash Gordon, all the old serials, the fun that science fiction used to be, we're bringing back the sense of wonder again. We're bringing back the sense of entertainment again. I hope you'll check it out. Thank you so much. All right, Kanye West went on Tucker Carlson last night. Now, Kanye's been on, a sort of tirade. Is that the word we want to use? I don't want to use it because they're painting him like he's crazy. And this is what they do when you have a narrative that's different than theirs. If you speak against the narrative, if you speak out against their woke culture, if you speak out against their controlling messaging apparatus, they try to brand you as crazy or a racist or a homophobe or whatever. They just try to pin you down as a negative word so that you're not a human being. It's about dehumanizing you so that your message can't get out, so that your art can't get out, so that your culture can't get out. And this is the entire point of this. Look, this is exactly what Kanye talked about. They don't do it. They don't go out there and be like, you need to say this. But they make it clear what you need to be afraid of, as you can see in his words right here, what you need to be afraid of saying so that you don't question the wrong things, the wrong people, or shake up the status quo too much. And he goes into this in this entire interview. He talks about things that you are not supposed to talk about. He likes Trump. He even mentions the vax at one point. He's a little careful about that one. Interesting that Kanye, even as a billionaire, tries to measure his words at some point because of that. But you could tell what he's feeling about it. He talks about abortion, says he's very pro-life. And these are things you're not allowed to be in the industry. Gosh, he even goes so far as to talk about how fat is a bad thing, how we need to work out, how we need to eat better, because if you get too fat, it's going to kill you. And he actually ties it to Lizzo. It was a very straight-faced, serious conversation, but gosh, I couldn't help but laugh at that. It's amazing that you can't even say that in today's culture because we can't fat shame. They want everybody to be fat. They want everybody to be lazy. They want everybody to be hyped up on weed all the time so that you're easy and malleable to control, and they don't have to worry about you going out there and being aggressive and doing something against their control. That's all it comes down to at the end of the day. It's amazing to see an artist like this speak out about this at this level, and we've seen it a lot of the time. Now, I saw another comment which very much reminds me of this. It's by young Ripa, Eric July, who's been doing a lot in comics, much like Kanye has done on this. He's been on Fox News too, and here's what he says about the industry here. This is his post, and he says, if I can offer any advice for anybody selling entertainment and art, it's not to get caught up in trying to impress your peers. Your buyers and your customers are your bottom line. Quite often, your peers see things through a completely different lens than your customers. This does not mean you should automatically ignore the input of your peers, especially if it's legitimately helpful. But bending over backwards to get approval or embrace of peers can easily cross over into an economically destructive approach. We've seen this a lot in woke Hollywood, in woke entertainment, and this is the same sort of message that Kanye actually puts out there. It's not about clout within the industry. It's not about golf claps for your little awards or whatever it is. You know, at the end of the day, if your message is getting out there, if your art's getting out there and it's reaching actual people, that's what's important. Real people are out there. Real people care about this stuff. And those individuals are the ones that matter. We're the ones that matter at the end of the day. And we only allow the elites to have power if we allow it. Yeah, I'll let that pause there for a second. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this, guys. I'm very hyped about this. This entire interview is a big, big deal. It's a watershed moment in our culture, and I'm looking forward to tonight's addendum to this on the Tucker Carlson Show. Thank you, Kanye West, for speaking truth to power. It's a good thing. God is on our side, Kanye. God is on our side.